Hi, all, it's the weekend. Let's talk sourdough. So, I have been trying to document my sourdough journey more so that I will know what I am doing and so I can repeat it, and also pretty much to understand flour. So, my family and I are on a healthy journey, just started a couple months ago, and I am starting with one of our favorite foods, which is bread. So I am gonna flip my screen and show you some of the things I have been working on. Sorry, I look like a mess. I woke last night and I am about to feed my starters. So this is my all-purpose white flour discard. I have a full jar and I am stopping the all-purpose white flour. Last week I made sourdough bread. I will document in an upcoming video my observation from all-purpose white flour sourdough bread. I would say it is one of my easiest sourdough experiments yet. So this is all-purpose white flour, and look at all the bubbles. It's still I just pretty much just took it out of the fridge and it is still doing its thing even while in the fridge. I'm gonna use it this weekend. We have a bake sale going on. I'm gonna use it. I'll donate the sourdough bread. I promised one of my friends that I would bring her sourdough. I'm pretty excited, but I will bring her some sourdough. This right here is Einkorn, is what I call her. It is my combination of Einkorn flour and dark rye. So this is my discard. I have used it to make multiple sourdough pancakes. The boys love it. I have two sons, by the way. My boys love it, and we actually enjoy it. So this is my combination of my, like I said, all-purpose Einkorn and dark rye flours. When I made sourdough the very first time, I straight up used Einkorn alone, and the dough was so weak. Like I said, I'm learning flours. I probably used too much water, and I literally was pouring out the dough into bread pans. I would, again, down the road, I'm going to show you my journeys. I'm just showing you weekend, let's talk sourdough, right? But when I discovered, well, again, experimenting, I mixed up dark rye, this one right here, and all-purpose Einkorn, this one right here. I'm like, I'm not having too many jars in the fridge. I put it all in one jar, and I call her Einkorn, as in rye and Einkorn, right? And we use it for a lot of things. So this is my dark rye flour. I changed the container just recently, and I put a date on it. This is my dark rye. Let me show you. This right here, dark rye flour. And this is my Einkorn, all-purpose Einkorn. This is right here. And this right here was my all-purpose white flour. Right here, unbleached all-purpose. I scanned it in the app and it said this was one of our better flours, but well, I learned after I had baked with all-purpose white flour that white flour spikes blood sugar. My hubby's diabetic, and he said it spiked his blood sugar. So after that, I was like, well, that experiment has to stop. So I took the white flour discard. I filled up my jar. Look at that. I gotta use it up quick because it's gonna bubble out pretty soon. I put the discard in here. Whatever was left, I added my wheat flour to speed up the fermentation process, because the starter was already pretty active and I was not going to go start from scratch and wait for forever for it to happen. What do I mean by wait for forever? When I started sourdough, well, when I stumbled into sourdough, it was in 2020. I just had a little one then, and I had no idea people were doing sourdough. I just started just recently because like I said, we're on a health food journey. I started with Einkorn. I'm telling you, y'all, by day 6 I was ready to give up. The fermentation had just died and I threw away the batter, so I switched to Einkorn All Purpose, and it was beautiful. I also started a dark rye, and the fermentation was beautiful, and I continued. So I said not to give up. I would try it, but I'm gonna cheat by using a starter that was pretty active, and I'll show you. Like 4-6, this was when I started the white flour sourdough starter, and I said a couple days ago I dumped out all the white flour and I added wheat flour. And guys, look at this. Last time I was working on wheat sourdough starter, this right here I was getting by day 6, and I think the water I used wasn't really great then. I was using tap water, so it probably killed most of the bacteria. So we switched to good old natural spring water. And let me see if I open it, if you can see the inside. Can it focus? Well, it's not really great, but you can see the bubbles on the outside. So it is working faster. The fermentation is better. The fermentation is much better than when it was straight up yeast. It doesn't smell bad, it just smells sour. But there. So this is it, guys. This is my sourdough journey. In the next couple of days we'll talk about what I've learned, what I'm learning, my mistakes, and we'll go from there. So let me introduce you. This is dark rye. This is all purpose Einkorn. This is my new starter, which would be the wheat or Einkorn wheat. We learned Einkorn doesn't spike my husband's blood sugar, so we're leaning more on the Einkorn brand, or well, Einkorn flour. This is my all-purpose white flour, and I'm going to do a lot of baking this weekend, like I said earlier. Oh, I better be careful. Look at all those bubbles. I'm excited. I wish we could. I will if I keep any of this, I will keep it for me and the kids, or if my friend likes the sourdough that I make for her, I would continue, I guess, with just a little bit of white flour sourdough. And this is my BFF for right now, Einkorn. Combination of rye and Einkorn flour. If you want to learn more about what I'm working on, I want to see this sourdough journey, subscribe, join me. Let's figure this out together. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.